All right, so let's just cut straight to the chase. The number one issue I see with Star Idaho is Star Idaho is a fantastic place to live, and so many people love moving out to Star. It has that farm feel, it has a small town feel, it has everything that a lot of people moving to Star Idaho are looking for. But there is some quirkiness to Star, and there's a problem that we have to address in this video. All right, so let's just cut straight to the chase. The number one issue I see with Star Idaho is the infrastructure, and there is a lot to talk about there. But before I jump in and go really deep on that, on my opinion, I think there's some really positive things that people are drawn to Star for. So if you want to kind of hang out for the video and kind of see why people are still moving to Star, why that price has jumped so much for housing and why there's such a demand to live in Star, then just hang tight and I'll jump into that at the end. But I wanted to get to the infrastructure because I do see a massive problem coming as I've watched this area grow, as I've taken families in and out of different areas and helped them move and relocate here. And every time I go through Star, I'm like, gosh, this is going to be a problem. So number one, you have one main road, and a lot of the contacts I have at the city of Star, they say, hey, we got to hold off on housing permits. We have to get the commercial because there isn't a lot of commercial right now. There's a lot of planned commercial. And with that, I'm thinking, gosh, where are all these cars going to go? If you take the main street of Star, you have a McDonald's going in, you have a barbecue joint going in, you have Domino's Pizza going in, all in that same complex area. And you don't have turn lanes for them. You have one middle lane for people to go in at lunchtime. So I'm just thinking, man, with everyone who lives in Star or even on the other side of the road, maybe by Eagle, who want to get close, Mickey D's run for that fish fillet or whatever you're going for, that's going to be the closest Mickey D's to hit. And man, that's going to get backed up for those Mickey D's lovers. But not just for that, but also for the other, if you want some good barbecue, if you want to get some Domino's, whatever, that's just going to really kind of pigeonhole you into that congested area. So if you're cruising through Star, like you're running to get the kids to school, or you're on your way to work, or you're coming home from work, or you've just picked up the kids and you're hitting State Road and trying to get back into the Star area, I can't imagine what that's going to do because currently you're backed up about a quarter of a mile and there's only two lights, or let me think, two lights on that State Street Road. So as more businesses come in across the street from where Dickies and Domino's and McDonald's is going, you're really going to kind of start seeing more traffic in that area. And I can't imagine what you're going to do. And those businesses kind of run up to that road quite a bit. There might be room for the city to kind of push out a little bit, but I don't know. So that's one of the concerns I see is just that congestion. Now, as you head west on State Street, you will see it kind of open up. But Star's unique because it kind of floats along that river and the floodplain can be a little high in some areas, which will limit development. So you do have some access points that are being looked at and planned for, and the housing's being slowed down. The commercial infrastructure is going to be coming in. I think the city is well aware of the problem that is going to be happening soon. I just hope they're planning for it, because if you're living in Star, it might be a headache here in the next little while, as so much construction, possible road closures. You're really limited on how you can get around. We've seen so many road closures already in Star just for developments. Now you put that on State Street or any on Star Road just to kind of get this traffic flowing while businesses are getting utilities ran in. Who knows, man? It might just be a big bottleneck. If you want to learn more about Star Idaho, I'm going to put a playlist right here for you to watch and enjoy. Now back to the video. Now the city of Star does a great job in communicating with their residents. They want to see the city become one of the best cities in the Treasure Valley. And Mayor Chadwick does a great job in providing material out to the residents and available to the city of Star on how they're dealing with the congestion or the road closures and how they're just dealing with the planning. So if you ever are curious to know like how that's going to look, you can reach out to the city of Star. I'll put their number right down below and you can contact them to kind of get that information. But they do a fantastic job in communicating what's happening with the residents and what's happening with the infrastructure in the city of Star. Now you might be thinking, gosh, man, why are you hating on Star so much? Well, I'm not. I love Star. I think it's such a great area, and a lot of my clients who moved out there are just loving Star because it really has that hometown America feel. It has that vibe that, man, you're part of something. As you are driving along, you'll see a bunch of side-by-sides cruising down the street, going into neighborhoods. You'll see kids at parks playing, and the 4th of July fireworks show is off the charts. So there's a lot of good that's happening in Star. Speaking of good, the city council has even slowed down the construction to make sure that the new developments have space. You know, they're not going to cram as many houses they can into 1 acre as we've seen in other cities. They want to spread that out. They want to give amenities to the residents who are buying these homes. They want to put in pools. They want to have bigger lots. So there's a lot of good that's happening in Star that's making people want to feel like, okay, I want to live there. I can deal with a little bottleneck here and there because when I get into my neighborhood, it's the most peaceful neighborhood I've ever lived in. I love putting up my American flag. I love putting up my political sign and not having it vandalized, whichever way you fall. People really love the American values, and you're going to see a lot of people open carrying out in Star. That's just the way it is. That's how Star rolls. That's how a lot of Idaho rolls. So don't be alarmed if you see that. You should be excited if you see that because that's your Second Amendment right as a citizen. So there's a lot of good stuff that's happening in Star, Idaho. The housing is beautiful. The spacing on the older homes is phenomenal. You can get small acreage. You can get a lot of acreage. You can get farms still. So it's really up to you, and you really have that sense of community in Star, Idaho. And that's why people are loving Star. So if you're thinking, okay, Greg, maybe I can deal with that, but I'd love to check it out, then I want you to go to the website, www.goingidaho.com, and start looking at all the different houses that we have for sale available in Star right now and outside of Star. Then I want you to connect with us on social media. Whatever platform you're on, we're on too. I really want to get to know you so I can best position how to help you and put a game plan together that's right for you. But hey, if you've been to Star, Idaho, drop a comment. Let me know. Am I off on that or am I spot on? Drop it in the comments. I love to read them and I love to reply to those. Hey, if you want to check out more videos of the Star area or the Treasure Valley, I'll put some videos right here for you to check out and watch and enjoy. So until next time, go Idaho.